came over and looked at it, and I said, Nathan, I think this could be a fabulous little par 3 course.
The Gravel Pit is a par 3 13-hole golf course located in Brainerd, Minnesota, and it is all about fun. It is stark, it is bold, it is dramatic, and it features some of the most entertaining golf that I have played in quite a long time. The course was designed by Scott Hoffman.
Yeah, I'm Scott Hoffman, and I have lived in the area for about 45 years. I was the golf superintendent at Madden's Resort for 43 years.
Inspired by the links golf courses that Scott was studying in Scotland and the rise of popularity of par 3 courses at big resorts, say like Bandon Dunes and Pinehurst, Scott envisioned a crazy yet unique golf course that was designed to create the most fun environment for golf possible.
2015 brought a big storm to the Brainerd area and took down all the trees. And Nathan has a lot of property here, and he used to log it off just kind of to pay his taxes. And when the storm came through, that really kind of put an end to his logging. They're trying to think of something they could do with this part of the property, which is about 50 acres. It used to be an old gravel pit, part of it. So Sam said, let's build some kind of cool driving range or do something golf-oriented. And the Brainerd paper, I had been retired a couple of years and designed the Classic, and had started a design business and consulting business. And so Nathan, the Brainerd paper did a story on me, just kind of a follow-up thing to see what I was doing in retirement. And Nathan saw the story right after his son had said, let's do something with this property. So he called me up, we came over and looked at it, and I said, Nathan, I think this could be a fabulous little par 3 course.
Talk to anyone who knows the course and they will tell you it is all about fun. They have a clubhouse that has everything you need and nothing that you don't. It's perched up on kind of the ridge of this old gravel pit, and it overlooks the entirety of the routing. In all sincerity, upon pulling up to this property and seeing the clubhouse, it gave me big vibes of Sweetens Cove. Of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention they do have a putting course. It's just an awesome little way to settle some bets or matches that have gone longer than the 13 holes there, and it's just worth noting. It just creates and adds to the fun environment that they have there. Despite all the holes being a par 3, do not let that fool you. Scott said in designing the gravel pit, he wanted to break the misconception that you should get a par on every par 3, and boy does the gravel pit do that. It is fair, and yet it is so penal when you are out of position. No hole shows us better off than the 6th hole. Sitting at less than 60 yards, this shot is entirely blind as you're shooting up to this perched green. Add to that vast and winding interior contours for this green, and you will have an amazing yet controversial golf hole. Another hole I want to highlight is the 9th hole. It is impossible to think that Scott did not have the Biarritz Temple in mind when designing this green, as it has a giant swale just right in the middle. This green is wild. It's hard to describe, but when you see it, your jaw just drops. The severity of it, and if you were out of position, I could easily see somebody 4-putting this green. But that is not the only hole like that. Almost all of the green complexes at the gravel pit have some unique thing going on. There's like a triple tier green. I could talk about the backstop on the 2nd hole, the false front on 3, the banking slope on 13. There's just so many different unique green complexes. One more thing that I want to touch on is the greatness of the routing, especially the first 7 holes. The first 7 holes navigate the roughest terrain of the gravel pit, and yet it flows so naturally. It feels like there is no wasted space, and yet you still have your own space to operate, so you're not feeling kind of congested or clogged in by all of the rest of the golf holes or people playing out there. The gravel pit, in addition to its fun environment, is just an architectural masterpiece. As soon as next year, there are plans to open 10.5 new golf holes. It'll just be right across the road. I was talking to Scott about it. He told me it's gonna be easier, it's gonna be more accessible, but it's still gonna require great golf shots to be hit, and it's just gonna create a fun environment. And you're probably wondering what that half hole is. He said the last hole will just be a 60-yard putt just down this winding, breaking putting green. So I'm very excited and cannot wait to see what that course looks like when it opens up next year. Overall, the gravel pit is a one-of-a-kind experience. Like I said earlier, it's the most fun I've had on a golf course in a very long time. It presents golf in an unconventional way, and yet it's still familiar and, most importantly, fun. If you're in the Brainerd area, adding this golf course to your itinerary is just a no-brainer. It's a must. It's so easy to just squeeze in an extra 13 holes. They're all par threes, and you will not regret it. It might even just be your favorite course in the whole entire Brainerd area. Thank you so much to Scott Hoffman for the time of the interview, and thank you so much to you, the viewer, for watching. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the YouTube channel. It just helps me out a lot, and it just helps kind of get my videos out to more golfers, and that's all I want to do. I just want to make videos that entertain and educate golfers. So if you like that and you're looking for more golf content, check out this video right here where I talk about the quarry at Giants Ridge, which might be the best public golf course in the state of Minnesota. And if you want to watch another video, you can check out this one right here that talks about the importance of green complexes, both in the routing and design of a golf course. Until next time, thanks.